Hello, everybody. This is Trap Trader. Today's a Labor Day, and this is why we are not trading the open. My strategy requires to have the open, and therefore I'm not trading at all. But what we can do, just to talk about the levels and prepare everything for tomorrow. So we will treat any kind of electronic trading today as it's like overnight basically trading. So we had a little bit of going on here. They dropped and they bought down here Asia low and they sold into London and Asia high, and that's pretty much was all. And but let's have a look on that couple of days, the last couple of days that we have been trading. What do we see? Basically, we're sitting in the range. Very thick volume on both sides of the range. No, a little bit more obviously in the middle, but we did take that low from 19th of August and immediately pushed here, dropped down here again to grab this main liquidity, which was up there. Then on Friday, we tried to push. I think we were just taking a couple of longs. We hit $670, and then market collapsed to into into this main liquidity, and there was this previous day. Let's just put that thing here. That was the previous day low. Took that low, collected liquidity again, and pushed into the previous day high. So as you can see, we are sitting in the range and buying low, selling high, grabbing liquidity from both sides of the range. And slowly coming up into this weekly high, 26th of August, weekly high. And in my opinion, we are preparing for a push higher. But I don't try to predict the market. I'm trying to react from what the market is giving us. My strategy dictates to position myself in the places where I can see trapped liquidity or liquidity that has to be drawn and hold my trades into the liquidity that uh, will be drawn. So if you're trying to do anything today, just walk away. Don't try anything. Overnight we did push into this London high, Asia high. We collected Asia low. Basically, if you were trading the usual time, a trade was already there. Nothing to do now. The liquidity has been played. All we need to do now is just to wait for another day when they will decide to, where to build liquidity and how can we go from there. But why do I think we're gonna go higher? Because we have dropped down here and we collected. There's whole liquidity here. This couple of days, I mean, probably more than 1 week, liquidity has been taken from 18th of August till till 28th of August. So that's 10 trading days. That's 2 weeks. And the moment we grabbed that, we pumped it up here. Then the drop was just to collect that liquidity. Somebody said, why don't you just use arrow to show things? So I'm gonna use arrow now. Can I use arrow like that? Might even draw something. So we have collected that liquidity here in this when we made that drop. Then we pushed up there. Everybody was thinking, me including, that we're gonna push into this daily high. We haven't done that. Market dropped. I think it was 2 p.m. when market dropped. Was it 2 p.m.? 10:30. Um, yeah, no, it was 11 o'clock when we started to go down. And they collected this overnight trading activity and then pushed up there into that daily high. But if you see, we are making higher highs now. I mean, we're collecting liquidity. We collected liquidity here. We collected liquidity there, basically on the same day. Let's mark that. So we had that main liquidity here to collect during the day. They went down to collect that, pushed up here, sold into daily high, the previous day high. And tonight we played Asia London session high low, and we're preparing to push high in my opinion. So let's have a look quickly what's in front of us. Today is Monday, bank holiday. Tuesday we have ISM manufacturing PMI. That could be a driver. On Wednesday we have JOLTS. Thursday we have ADP, non-farm employment change, unemployment claims as well. ISM services PMI. So there's a lot of data. And we have Friday, the 6th of September, non-farm employment change and unemployment rate. So these are very important economic data, and we're gonna have to watch this. Got beige book as well, 2 p.m. Yeah. So stay tuned. Don't trade. And today, if you played that Asia London liquidity sweep, fine. You had your trade. Walk away from your desk. There's nothing else to do because this liquidity has been played. We dropped down here. We collected. So it looks like they're holding longs. They collected a lot of longs. And you know what I'm gonna do? One more thing I need to do. Just want to. I would like to see uh, here what happened and okay. So it's just a grab of liquidity. We tapped into the week. Yeah, fine. They are holding longs. Who? Those who control the market. They are dropping, collecting, scaring everybody out of the long position. They're repeating the same thing here. And now we're holding longs, they are holding longs. And when they hold longs, what they want to do? They want to push it somewhere, right? And sell. Well, let's quickly have a look. I'm going to switch off. Let's look at daily. This is pretty much flat. Look at that. And Nasdaq looks even flatter. I will switch into Nasdaq in a second. And in my opinion, we're going to try to push into these all-time highs on ES. That depends on the data. But we might do it before the data. We might just do that because of ISM manufacturing, maybe on Wednesday, and then market, you know, might not even wait for this data. When the data comes, depending on what we get, it can drop or it can continue high. But we are not in the business of predicting what market's going to do. We are in the business of reacting what market does. But it looks like that there is a decent chance that we could push into this all-time high. We got a lot of range. Um, we had a very, very fast move, like a V-shaped recovery here. Very, very fast move. They invested a lot of money. They are collecting longs. We have very, very flat liquidity at, I would say, was it 60, 69, 70? Yeah, they will try to push into 700, 18, 20, into this 21, 22 area. Okay. Let's quickly switch into Nasdaq. We'll see what Nasdaq has got. So Nasdaq looks a little bit similar, but a little bit different because it's not as high as ES. ES, pretty high in relation to all-time highs. So Nasdaq will be attacking this high for sure. We have a further gap here. Nasdaq will be pushing towards 20,000, 20,050 somewhere here to sell. And then we're going to have to watch how far we're going to go. There'll be a lot of stop losses up here. Shorts who shorted this market for the last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 days. Eight trading days. So that's like 2 weeks. They are holding shorts up here in this area. I just put that information here. Shorts are here. Just remove this trapped liquidity. So we got some trapped liquidity, obviously, but there was some annotations I had for the particular day. We have shorts up here, holding, hoping for a drop, right? Those long-term shorts. Market will most likely push into these highs. We're going to get a pop. We got a little bit of liquidity here as well. And then we have this fair value gap and trap longs up there. But I think once we get up there, we're gonna shoot into this fair value gap and probably try to attack this area. Nasdaq can move very fast. Look at that. Look at this. Those candles. So if you start to measure one day, second day, we might be up there. We might be up there on Wednesday at this level. Yeah. Uh, at that level somewhere here. Right? Here you go. So that's what we expect. We are expecting a move into this liquidity and then perhaps attack this liquidity up here. Depending where ES is going to be at the time as well. ES has got it's not that far away from all-time highs, as you can see, so definitely ES will be trying to push into this all-time high. Right? Is this all-time high? Let's have a look. I think it is all-time. Yeah. I even have this annotated. 15th of July all-time high. So that's a little update for today. That's what we're going to be looking this week. Obviously, we're not buying blindly and holding into the push because it doesn't mean it has to happen on Tuesday or Wednesday we can fool around. We can play around. Um, drop couple of times, play overnight Asia session, do a couple of crazy things. But it does look like we already ripe for push into the highs. I think this the grab of liquidity here and grab of liquidity there tells me that we are ready. Because if you look at if you look at the previous trading days, um, why we didn't shoot? Okay, we grabbed that low, right? We grabbed this low, and then we pushed. We grabbed that low again, and then we pushed into this high, and then we started to drop. Fine, but we never actually collected that liquidity down here. That was like a proper push day. We never collected that liquidity down here, and we have done that here. Why the liquidity was important? Because that was the day when the move started, right? That was the day when we got the push, like a final push, that we stayed in the range. So you always have to look, okay, well, people who bought that or they were buying here into this order block because that acts as like an order block. You have some trapped shorts and any kind of drop into that, you're gonna be buying. You're gonna have shorts trapped in this area, right? They're gonna be trapped in here in this area. Oh, come on, right? So any kind of drop for the first time into this area will result with a push high because they will use that as an opportunity to escape. Um, but more times you drop into it, there's less trapped shorts, and then eventually you can go and take the longs who are holding into all-time high, and they collected. Look at that. They collected even this London sell side. So they've been very, very specific how much liquidity they want to have. And if we look at this, they they also collected the bulk of liquidity from that day. Not all of it, but a bulk of it. I don't know why volume profile is not showing me this here, but there was a decent amount of trading here, as you can see, and we had liquidity. Let me just switch maybe on 30 minutes. I can see that. Yeah. So on 30 minutes you can see this. There was a decent amount of liquidity here and as well. Yeah. And the drop on that day allowed to collect. This liquidity has been swiped here, but that liquidity held some longs, and that's why they dropped to collect it. Anyway, I just don't want to repeat things in the circle, over and over. This is why I'm looking into the push, and we have catalysts. We have catalysts. We have a new month. We have new data, and this can actually bring us higher. Also, Jeremy Powell stated in the last meeting that he's going to cut base rates. So we should expect the market will not gonna even wait for it. Market always does everything before things will happen. So we're gonna push high, I think. Okay, so that was update on ES and Nasdaq for this week. Today is 2nd of September, Labor Day, and I am Trap Trader, and see you tomorrow at the open.